What is going on, everybody? Gosh, this camera a little bit funky. Sorry about that, crew. Let's see if it's nice and peachy now. There we go. That looks a little bit cuter. Anyways, hopefully you're having a great Monday, 4th of July day off for most of you, which is sick. Super pumped about that. We are going to get off and running. I got a tight schedule today, and so I want to make sure that I cover all of these things and some. So without further ado, let's get after it, shall we? We shall. Ooh, don't share that yet. You got a sneak peek at the end. All righty, let's get after it. Right. Where's my thing? There it is right here. All righty. So today we are going to dive into the 5 big old myths that the supplement industry may or may not want you to know. Now, as a guy, as a guy who owns a supplement company and has been in the game for a hot minute and has taken a supplement or two, I know a little bit about it. I know a little bit how it works, how the game is played, how people within the industry kind of work and do stuff. And so I want to go over just some things so that we are all on the same page. So I'm pulling up my group right now. Where are you at, group? There you are, and I'm live. Bomb. Okay. So with that being said, let's get diving in, crew. Before we get going into the deets of the 5 big myths, I want to make sure you guys know that being in this group and watching this video, you have access to a free breakthrough call. Now, what a breakthrough call is, it's a call in a time. What the? It did that last time I did something too. I'm like, why is it doing that? Anyway, it is a, okay, you can do this. All right, work. Okay, we'll see if it wants to play nice. If not, we'll move. Looks like we're gonna have to move. Looks like I'll just do this. Okay, so the breakthrough call is where you and I hop on a call. We go over kind of what your goals are, where you're at, and find out like what paths you've been drawn to, where are the things that you get stuck at, and maybe coach you a little bit and give you some idea on what are the possibilities on the other end of that tunnel. Because all of us, whether we're at where we're at today, where we want to go, whatever, we're not there and we don't know how to get there. If we did, we'd be there. But even as much information as you want to get, you don't know how to get there because you would already be there, right? You're in a group right now about weight loss. And if you're here, it's because you want to lose weight. And just like all my clients, you know what I mean, that have been working with me for the past couple months, they have all been crushing it. I mean, all of these results that I'm showing you here, I won't show the names for their privacy, but all of them have been with me for less than 6 months. All of these, right? This is actually about 4 months. This one up here, this one is getting close to 6, getting close to 6. This is at 4. I'm not sure the remainder of them. And quite honestly, some of them, although I love them, they didn't follow instructions. So they should have put their weight from the beginning, not from a couple weeks ago, from their latest big old weigh-in thing we did. So some of these are off by like, this one is actually off a lot. I think this one's like plus 20 or 30. So if you're somebody who wants these type of results in 6 months or less, all you got to do is go to jointrailblazers.com, jointrailblazers.com. You have to go on there and get your breakthrough call. Now, I have no idea why it's giving me that timer. I think it's kind of goofy, but let's try one more time to see if it wants to play nice. Today we're myth busting. We are going to slice and dice some myths that are out there about the supplement industry. I created a poll, and the vast majority of people that are on the poll didn't or thought that, or they were skeptical about supplements, which they should very well be. Okay, supplement industry is huge. It's actually 3 times bigger than the fitness industry. And so because of that, there's a lot of funkiness. There's a lot of mystery with how the things work. And so today we're going to go over 5. And if you have different questions that I have below, all you got to do is just comment below. Comment the question that you do have. And either A, if I get enough, I'll make another video helping with the research, showing the things, or B, I'll just send it to you privately, okay? Because I want to make sure that I can serve you, whatever capacity that is. So today we are myth busting, okay? Supplement edition. Okay, the 5 myths we're going to go over today is B12 or B vitamins in general. Supplements help you burn more fat. Do supplements do anything? Number 3 is FDA approved supplements versus non-FDA approved supplements. Number 4 is biotin. Does biotin help with hair growth? Okay, and then 5, absorption of vitamins. Of actually taking the supplements, do they actually absorb into your body, and are they able to be used? All of these are always valid questions. So let's dive in. B vitamins, first one. Now, if you're not familiar, I'm sure you're not, but for some of you nerds out here, just like me, there is a thing called the Krebs cycle. Okay, in the Krebs cycle, let me go to my thing and see if I can zoom in a little bit bigger for you so you can see it. Okay, the Krebs cycle is the cycle in which we actually create energy. Okay, we create ATP, which is a really simple, straightforward form of energy. That's number 1. The second one is we create ADP from here. We break down fat. We do all these things in these different channels. Okay, and notice I don't know if you can see it on your phone or on where you're watching it from. Let me do this. Let me go here so I can zoom in a little bit. So you can see here, there's some B vitamins, B2, B12, B6, B3, B2. And so the thought is that if you go and you smack a bunch of B vitamins in a, what's it called? Into this cycle, if you cram a bunch in here, then it will, make you use more fat. There's fat in this cycle. There's, where's that? There we go. A keto bihydrate, whatever it is. There's another one somewhere around here. Oh gosh, sorry. I'm gonna sneeze. Okay. Anyway, there's a part where it breaks down fat. I'm not 1,000, 10,000 honestly familiar with this, but here's what I do know. Okay. I do know there's this things called limiting factors. Okay. And so a limiting factor is kind of like getting dealt cards, right? If there's 52 cards in the deck and there's 3 people playing, okay, that means, goodness sakes, I'm so sorry. That means that somebody is not going to have the same amount of cards as everybody else, right? Because there's not an amount that can go around where everyone gets equal. There's some or one person that doesn't have enough. That's what a limiting factor is. It says, cool, we have all of these things in here. Where at is it that has the lowest amount, the thing that has the least, that would make this thing not run properly, right? That would not give you all the amounts that you need in order for it to work, okay? And it's actually not B vitamins, okay? Because B vitamins we get in a lot of things, okay? And not only that, but there's actually a finite amount of B vitamins that you can hold on to at a time. And so when you smash a whole bunch into your body at once, you can't use a lot of them, and there's already plenty of them. So you just get rid of them, okay? The thing that's actually the limiting factor is L-arginine, which is a essential amino acid that you can't get from other amino acids. So you can make a B vitamin, I believe you can make them from one B vitamin to the next. It's just adding different like groups of things. With L-arginine, you can't do that to any of them. L-arginine you cannot make. It's an essential amino acid, okay? So because of that, then the thought is, oh, I just need to smash a bunch of L-arginine in there. Nope, can't do that either, because the thing only spins at the rate it needs to spin. So L-arginine is not going to do it. B vitamins are not going to do it. It's not the thing. It's not the Krebs cycle that's the problem. And when it comes to losing fat, it is the inability to not eat as much food as you should so you can get the result that you want. That's the problem. But people smash B vitamins in, take L-arginine, take creatine, take all these other things when it's actually not the problem. The problem is that you need to eat less food than what you're burning each day so that this cycle actually works in general. Okay. So there's that. So unfortunately, the B vitamin thing is busted. Does not work. Doesn't really even work with energy because these B vitamins are typically packed with a bunch of caffeine, which causes a crash, and a bunch of sugar, which then lowers your blood sugar, heightens your blood sugar, then gets you a blood sugar drop, which makes you tired again. So stinks. Doesn't work, unfortunately. So don't get into the hype of B vitamins. They really don't do much. Okay. Number 2, do supplements do anything? All right, let me grab a sip. Then we'll get rocking and rolling. All right, B vitamins or supplements, do they do anything? Well, let's look at the word supplement. Okay, supplement literally means something that completes or enhances. Oh gosh, what the heck did I just do? Pushing buttons. Something that completes or enhances something else when added to it. Now it's showing up on the thing. I don't know what that's about. Okay. So think of it like this. If the supplement you're taking, let's say it's a vitamin, okay, a daily vitamin. Let's say that right now a supplement is kind of supposed to bridge the gap that completes everything. It's not supposed to do all the work. It's supposed to complete some of it, right? And so if you're trying to fill the gaps of the Grand freaking Canyon with your not so great nutrition with supplements, you're not going to get anywhere, right? You're not going to be able to fill in that gap. And therefore, you're not going to get results from supplements, right? Doesn't matter how much energy you need, okay? If you're eating trash food, if you're eating to-go foods all the time, eating out of bars and packaging instead of making your own food, it doesn't matter what type of pre-workout you're going to take. Your workout's going to stink. You're going to be sore and you're not going to be effective. Okay. Period. Doesn't matter. Right. You need your supplements to fill in the gaps like tile, right? Like the grout in tile. See the small amounts there, right? Without grout, tile looks weird. It doesn't really look right. So we need our supplements to do just that. Fill in those gaps. Okay. So supplements, do they do anything? It's plausible. Okay, because if your nutrition sucks, then absolutely it's not going to work. But if your nutrition's on point, then it's going to do wonders. Okay, because the difference between not hitting your vitamins and hitting them is astronomical of the stuff that it does in your body, right? Like vitamin A helps with eye health, and vitamin C helps with so many things as far as cancer reduction and muscle contractions and hydration levels, and vitamin E helps with immunity, and vitamin B helps with the Krebs cycle. It helps with a bunch of other things too. There's so much stuff that these things do. And so by you not getting the amount that your body needs to run is like not having enough oil in your car. Like, sure, your engine's going to run fine without all of the oil for a minute, but things are going to start breaking down very quick after a couple thousand repetitions of that engine churning. Now, FDA-approved supplements versus non-FDA-approved supplements. Now, this is one that's pretty interesting because this word FDA, when I hear that and supplements in the same sentence, it is a freaking massive red flag. Here's why. On the FDA website, dietary supplements can be beneficial to your health, but taking supplements can also involve health risks. The US FDA does not have the authority to review dietary supplement products for safety and effectiveness before they are marketed. Okay, which basically means if a company says they are FDA-approved supplements, they are lying. They are not telling the truth because the FDA does not approve supplements. They don't do any of that. So if you have a supplement company that says they do that, they are lying, which means they're probably lying about what's in the packaging, which probably means you're going to get some tainted stuff or filler or anything. Because the reality when it comes to supplements is this, is that I can make supplements like right now on my desk and it be 100% legal. Like I could literally do it right here with my hands, right on my desk, no problem at all, zero problems. So you need to have a little bit of due diligence. You need to know what you're looking for when it comes to getting supplements, okay? So one thing is FDA approved a facility, okay? This is from the FDA website too. To receive FDA approval for these devices, manufacturers must demonstrate with sufficient valid scientific evidence that there is a reasonable assurance that the devices are safe and effective for their intended uses. Okay, this is saying that, hey, when we're cutting up stuff, when we're filtering things, that we're not getting like wood shavings and metal crisps into your protein powder. Okay, super important, because again, if they're not set up, if they're not cleaned regularly, if they're not like disinfected or serviced, you're going to get some stuff that is not good. Okay, the lubrication and some of these things can get into your supplements, and there's some horror stories when you buy cheap stuff, which is why I do not. There's hardly any supplement companies that I like promote, not because I own one, because quite honestly, I like undercut almost everyone's prices because supplements isn't my main gig. You know what I mean? It's just a thing that I do. So I don't need to charge an arm and a leg for supplements. So I just take a little bit of margin off the top so I can reinvest into the business, quite honestly. Even if there are supplement companies that are great, but for the value dollar, you're probably not going to find much better than going to the store that I have and be getting stuff from there. Okay, so there's that piece. Next is GMP. A good manufacturing practices certification scheme provides independent verification and certification of the basic manufacturing practices and prerequisites necessary for the implementation of an effective hazard analysis critical control point food safety program are being followed. This basically means that not only did FDA come in, but somebody else paid another company to come in to say, hey, everything's good here. You're actually getting good quality supplements. And that the practices that you are doing in the packaging and in the manufacturing of them, as in distilling them, as in weighing them, as purity, potency, all those things are on point, okay? And also made in the USA, very important, okay? Because like this is what happens in other countries when they're making stuff, okay? Like it's pretty screwed up. And so made in the USA supplements, very, very important, okay? So the FDA approved, not really true. Okay, there's one other company, the one other thing you'll see at the end of this when it comes to supplements and they're needing to have some sort of certification on them. You'll see it in just a hot second. Okay. Next, does biotin help with hair growth? Okay, because I know a lot of you ladies out there are using biotin for your hair, and so it's a common thing. Like, I'm using this stuff, and is it actually doing anything? Well, according to studies, biotin works pretty well, actually. So check this out. When it comes to this is a double-blind study. Now, there's only 15 people in here, but pretty still, like, there's analysis, like meta-analysis and more studies that prove this. So it's not just, hey, 15 people. Okay, just in general, proving an entire point. But if you look here, the placebo is the group that was not given the stuff, and the other group was the one that was given the actual supplement. Now, this is a double-blind placebo, so the people that were administering the supplements, nor the people that were taking them knew which one was which. Okay, and so you could see here after 90 days, this is strands. I forget, it's like strands per square inch or something like that. I forget the actual measurement, but it's significant, over double in 90 days. And it increases just a tiny bit over 180 days, which tells us something, okay? It tells us that there is obviously a limit in which you can have your hair grow, which is honest and straightforward, but also that after 90 days, you shouldn't expect anything crazier, okay? So you would want to continue taking it, I believe, as you see fit. But the thing about this that it said, even in the study, was that biotin is a piece, but not the whole thing. Specifically in women, iron deficiency is another real big sign of hair loss or hair thinning. Same with smoking, drinking, malnutrition, things like that, which iron deficiency is a pretty clear cut. Hey, you're malnourished. Regardless of what your weight looks like, you're malnourished. Okay. So those are other factors. So if you're taking biotin, I took it for 30 days, I really don't see anything. Yeah, it's because it takes about 90 days to hit the potency level, okay, which is important to know. So, which is why in my HERS daily vitamin, the recommended daily allowance for a woman is about 30 to 45 micrograms. And in the supplement that I have, it is 300 micrograms. So it's actually 4 times or 5 times the amount. 6-ish times the amount. And so what that'll do is it not only will ensure that you're getting enough, but it's a B vitamin. So all you do is pee the rest out. So you won't have to worry about anything like that. But it is going overkill too. If you are lacking biotin or any of these sort of vitamins, your body actually is absorbs them more. So you'll be able to get to their potency level quicker, and you'll be able to get the results, as if you weren't in a like malnourished state in that sort of field, if that makes sense. Okay, so biotin confirmed, and I was actually really nervous about this one because I was doing my research today on it, and was like, I don't think so. I had a bias, like, I don't think it's true. I think it's some malarkey, but it's true. So biotin does work well. Okay, now absorption. So it's another thing, is that the thought is that supplements aren't natural, which we can argue what natural means or whatever, right? Because if it's processed or chemically altered, most food that we eat, almost all food, unless it's in your garden that you cook, is altered in some way, right? By preserving it on the shelf, it's merely altered, right? So milk, cheese, apples, all of them have herbicides on them, packaging, tons of stuff in it, right? Anyways, so absorption of vitamins, okay? Now, USP supplements, which is another certification which the company that I have goes through for potency and the quality of the supplement, okay? It is on our packaging. I was running out of time and I didn't have a picture, but on our protein powder, it has a USP seal on it. Our potency and I forget the other word now. I'm losing it today. I'm doing an experiment and I'm not feeling that great. So you'll find out around October. So USP supplements have a similar absorption as food. According to some studies, granted, a lot of these studies are funded by supplement companies, so we're really not sure. However, supplements are not used to fill the gamut of stuff, right? Which is why in my program, when I have somebody take a daily vitamin, I say, cool, you don't have to take any vegetables, right? Even our greens drink, it only counts as two servings of vegetables per day, although it's set to really cover 5. But we're covering 2, so that way you ensure that the majority of your food comes from the natural source, comes from the actual plant or what have you. Okay, so that way we're all good. Supplements are used to cover your bases, not as a complete substitution of something. So treat them as such. Simple as that. So this one, kind of plausible, confirmed. Okay. Now, that is all that I have for you guys on this lovely Monday. I know a lot of you guys aren't here. It's a holiday weekend. You guys are doing your thing. Still have a day off from work. No big deal. Okay, so when you're watching this on the rewind, make sure you write, hey, #rewind, so we're all here. But lastly, if you're ready, if you see oh my gosh, I'm seeing somebody who's 55 pounds in less than 6 months. I think she's about 4 months in. This is her 5th month. This will be her 5th month. And she's still losing like a freaking animal. So if you are ready to do this, all you got to do is comment breakthrough below. What I'll do is I'll reach out and we'll get you set up with an appointment to go over a breakthrough call, see if the program makes sense. If anything, we'll hook you up with some goodies and send you on your merry way and keep you in the group until the time's right. Okay. But that's it for me, guys. Have a great, great freaking Monday. And of course, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.